in your estimation, the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders in 2020 would be who?
I'll say Derek Carr, only because I like him so much as a young man.
Right.
And I get the chatter. I understand it. The Raiders don't have to sell tickets. And so, whereas the Chargers do have to sell tickets, you and I both know in Los Angeles, they're the second team. I always thought that Tom Brady made more sense with the Chargers than the Raiders, Rich. Because of that, I would not be surprised if the Raiders don't draft a quarterback at some point in the upcoming draft, someone to come in underneath Derek Carr and work there. I went back and looked, Rich, at some of the teams that had changed cities. Most recent, I guess, would be the Rams. Well, no, the Chargers that. But the Rams going into from St. Louis into Los Angeles, very difficult first year. And I think it's going to be a very difficult year for the Raiders. You can just imagine what this has done to all those folks that have to move logistically.
Right.
They're finishing up new offices. You've got to have moving company. Now you've been slowed down by this buying of houses. But at any rate, I would make Derek Carr the favorite to open as John Gruden's quarterback in year 3 of his tenure as head coach.
So do you think the Raiders are maybe kicking the tires on Tom, communicating with him in any way, shape, or form, or that's just not really happening based on your potential knowledge in this?
I would think they would kick the tires. I have very limited knowledge. I am aware of where they're seriously looking at free agents, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And my list did not include Brady. Now, they might not want to include me or somebody else in that. I understand that. But it appears in the list I went through, which is sort of interesting, because it did include one offensive player, Kenyon Drake, who was franchised today early by Arizona. And, of course, the reason why is that the Cardinals traded David Johnson a short time after that and acquired DeAndre Hopkins from Houston.
What'd you think?
Was the most surprising.
Yeah, I was about to say, what'd you think of that trade, Brent? What'd you think of that one?
Well, I'm a big fan of DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, so in the short term, I give the Cardinals a big grade on that. Give me Kyler Murray, one of the great ball catchers that I've been around in the league, and then when he played at Clemson, also covered him down there. Now, you have to say, hold on about Houston, because they've still got a couple of draft choices down the road, and let's see what they do with the additional second round. David Johnson, to me, Rich, has not played as well, and I think you're as well aware of this as I am, since the injury. And Kenyon Drake was picked up by the Cardinals from Miami and was very, very good as a running back. And obviously, the Raiders have Jacobs as their star and starter, but Drake would have given them a little bit of depth back there at position, along with Jalen Richard as the third down pass blocking specialist. So I was surprised, to tell you the truth, when that news broke. I think that's the biggest development of the day, and I think it gives the Cardinals a stand. You put him with Fitzgerald, who's in probably the final year of a Hall of Fame career, can work underneath, and DeAndre can work a little bit deeper. Those are good weapons. And, of course, the Cardinals are in my mind, the toughest division of them all, and that's the NFC West right now.